Village Council will please come to order. We invite you to stand for the prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. Our Father, who art in heaven, as a body we congregate in this council chambers for the betterment of our fellow citizens, lead us that we may do all things well. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Before we begin this evening, I would like to wish everyone a happy holidays. It's hard to believe that Christmas is a week away. With that, clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Morton?
Present.
Mr. Suchel?
Present.
Mr. Edwards?
Present.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Here.
Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Present.
Mr. Culbertson?
Present.
And Ms. Rytoff?
Present.
Let the record show all 7 members are present, no members are absent. Members of council, what is your pleasure on the reading of the minutes of the last meeting?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, seconded by Mr. Edwards to dispense with the reading of the last minutes. Are there any remarks? Not all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. Members of council, are there any errors or corrections to the minutes as submitted? If not, the minutes will stand as submitted. We'll move to reports of city officials. Mayor Jonathan Stuchel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the St. Bernard Service Department for the response to the most recent snowfall. It was a difficult snow, and you all did a great job in getting our streets in excellent condition. Congratulations to who will soon be our newest firefighter paramedic, St. Bernard resident John Davidson, who will be sworn in on Wednesday, January 7th. We'll be hosting a ceremonial swearing in and pinning for John and our 2 newest police officers at an upcoming council meeting, hopefully in January. The CIC will not be having their December meeting, and we'll be back on schedule for Tuesday, January 27th at 6 p.m. unless a special meeting is called. We also will be holding elections at the January meeting. There are 3 positions available, 1 for elected or appointed, which is a position that I am serving, 1 for business rep, which Joe Brickler is serving, and 1 for resident rep, which Tom Rolfson is holding. Those individuals may run again, but anyone who qualifies to fill one of those positions may declare their interest to run. If you are interested, please contact me at 513-543-3780. You'll be given an opportunity to make a pitch to the board at the next meeting when the elections will be held. And thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Auditor, Ms. Brickway.
Thank you, Mr. President. On the agenda tonight is ordinance 34, 2025. This is the end of the year ordinance. What it all came down to is the normal additional appropriation to 2A2 miscellaneous, $100,000, 7A1 fire employees, $10,000, general fund 62 Medicare, $4,000, and capital improvements, $225,000. Then it decreases the following: tax refunds, $50,000, outside counsel, $25,000, building maintenance safety center, $20,000. Building maintenance, City Hall, $55,000. Landfill and composting, $20,000. Gas well monitoring, $22,000. Service employees, $120,000. PERS, $27,000. Capital improvements, $200,000. Police pension fund, $24,000. Fire pension fund, $14,000. C9 trust fund, $50,000. Service department leasing, $30,000, and employee health expenses, $375,000. So basically, we are decreasing $1,032,000, but increasing $339,000, which is a difference. Pretty much, I probably won't use miscellaneous, so it's almost a difference of $793,000 that we are decreasing. And then I also have on the agenda, or the Finance Committee does, the passage of Ordinance 35, which is the 2026 budget. The total for the budget is $15,835,302.46, which is approximately $64,000 under our current projected revenues. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Director of Law, Ms. Van Bogenberg.
Thank you. We have on the agenda a couple different ordinances. Ordinance number 31, which has to do with the installation of screening and landscaping, various off-street parking areas, and we have not requested that one go emergency ordinance. I did, however, notice on numbers 32 and 33, which are rezoning ordinances, and there's a typo where we ask in section 3 that they do go by or emergency ordinance, but we did not put in the caption at the top or the title, and declaring an emergency. So I would ask that, I literally just noticed this just before council started. So I think Caroline could write that in at the top, or I can get you before the end of the evening. There hasn't been a reading of it yet, so it's not like we have to amend it. But if we could just write in "and declaring an emergency," and I would ask that 32 and 33 go by emergency. This will allow, especially the Friars Club, to move forward with the construction that it needs. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Safety and Service Director, Mr. Wendling.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have received several complaints regarding odor being generated by Synthica. You're probably all aware that Synthica is the anaerobic digester plant that was constructed at the corner of Vine Street and Murray Road. The company processes and converts pre-consumer food waste and industrial organic waste into natural gas. I myself went down there this afternoon to investigate the complaints. There was a noticeable and overwhelming odor emanating from the plant. I have discussed the situation with AJ, our zoning administrator, and together we were going to work on a strategy to address the situation going forward. The village is also working with the administration of Roger Bacon to help facilitate the expansion of the school's parking lot that is accessed from Leonard Avenue. As you're aware, the parking situation has been a long time concern of the residents surrounding the school. Some of the residents of Leonard are very concerned about what that means for them. Obviously, the goal of the village and the school is to provide students with greater access to parking on school property. Once details of the plan are fully developed, the school plans to reach out to its neighbors. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Tax Administrator, Ms. Helms.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a recap from the Committee of the Whole meeting for the tax November report. For November of 2025, we brought in $683,019. November of 2025 is up 14.13%, or $84,550 from November of 2024. Refunds were $100,280. Delinquent tax collected with capital recovery was $306, and delinquent tax collected with the Ohio Attorney General's office was $7,538. And then just lastly, Sharon and I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Reports of standing committees. Finance, Mr. Morton.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, I would like to share my encouragement for the passage of the proposed 2026 budget tonight in Ordinance 35. Folks know where a government's priorities are based on where the money goes. For St. Bernard, this proposed budget reflects years of strategic spending, smart debt management, and a prioritization of our streets and service, fire, and police departments. Thank you again to Auditor Brickweg, Mayor Stuchel, and Safety Service Director Wendling for preparing it, and to my colleagues on the Finance Committee for questioning and reviewing it. Also, we will be hosting the folks from Energy Alliances here in Council Chambers on January 5th at 1 p.m. and on January 8th at 5 p.m. for public hearings regarding gas and electric aggregation. At these hearings, the team at Energy Alliances will present the plan of operation and governance for both the electric and gas aggregation programs. This document lays out a high-level plan for the onboarding of these programs and the roles our village as well as Energy Alliances play. At the January Committee of the Whole, I plan to ask Council to add an ordinance to approve this plan to the table. The passage of this associated ordinance by Council is the next immediately necessary step to arrange energy aggregation, but there will absolutely be more opportunities in the spring for town halls to cover a broader range of topics and receive and incorporate more resident feedback. For now, I again invite you all to Council Chambers on either January 5th at 1 p.m. or January 8th at 5 p.m. In the meantime, I encourage folks to visit www.energyalliances.com/St. Bernard for more information on our tailored website page from them. Directly after the hearing on the 8th, I'll be hosting a condensed version of the Community Connect in Council Chambers to discuss anything regarding the village beyond energy aggregation too. Lastly, I want to wish everyone a warm, safe, and happy remainder of the holiday season. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Service, Mr. Gus Stuchel.
Thank you, Mr. President. The waste collection fee report for October 2025 shows that $27,942.73 was remitted to the village, while the report for November 2025 shows that $23,141 $431.07 was remitted. As part of the November 2025 waste collection report, the service department completed the following: spotted 27 dump trucks at residences, spotted 9 dumpsters at residences, 108 special pickups at residences, hauled 138.4 tons of garbage to landfill, hauled 21.3 tons of recyclable material to Rumpke Recycling, and responded to 5 nuisance property complaints, all of which resulted in their properties being cut and billed by the village. The service department and city hall will be closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. There will be no trash or recycling collection on Thursday, December 25th, or Thursday, January 1st. The modified collection schedule for those weeks will be as follows: Thursday collection will be moved to Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday collections remain on their regular schedule. Lastly, yesterday the service committee met to finalize discussions on the revised draft of the hall rental contracts. Their committee, along with Mayor Stuchel and Mr. Windling, discussed and reached a consensus on 2 key components of the updated hall rental policy: liability insurance requirements and rental costs. The committee agreed that special event liability insurance will be required for any rental where alcohol is served, based on the recommendations of the village's insurance provider. To reduce the burden on renters, the administration will explore allowing renters to purchase this insurance directly through the village as part of the rental process, with costs varying based on the event size and the type of alcohol served. In addition, all renters will be required to sign an agreement accepting liability for any damages incurred during their rental. Regarding costs, the committee agreed to require a $200 security deposit and set a flat rental fee of $250, intended to help cover on-site staffing, administrative overhead, and a portion of cleaning costs. This fee structure is designed to balance cost recovery for the village while keeping the facility accessible to residents. Unfortunately, the halls will not be ready to rent to residents beginning January 1st, but are expected to be available by the end of the first quarter of 2026, likely in February or March. This timeline will allow the village to identify and hire on-site staff for rentals, ensure the online rental portal is fully operational without errors or glitches, and confirm the administrative staff are fully trained on the new software. And then administrative staff will also retain the authority to adjust rules and policies related to the hall rental contract as needed, given their role in managing rentals on a day-to-day basis. Any proposed changes to rental costs, however, would return to the service committee for discussion and review. Once all edits to the hall rental contract are finalized, the updated versions will be presented to council for consideration. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Public Improvements, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. President. There was no need for a Public Improvement Committee meeting, but I would like to report on the St. Bernard Ludlow Grove Society program. This month's presentation was on the origin of Santa Claus and other world gift bringers. The presentation was given by Dan Woolert, a local food historian and author of numerous books on Geta and Cincinnati chili, and also researched the origins of our modern-day Santa. To be honest, this was probably the hardest program to report on. Most of the traditions he discussed were German, most were dark and not stories I would read to my grandkids. But most of the names I'm not sure he even knew how to pronounce. It was interesting nonetheless. St. Nicholas, Kris Kringle, was the forerunners to our Santa Claus. It is believed that the Dutch first brought this legend of St. Nicholas to what now is New York in the 17th century. In 1823, a poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, in which St. Nicholas arrived on rooftops in a sleigh pulled by flying reindeer, gave us the Santa we have today. The image of Santa we have today is one developed by the Coca-Cola Company in the 1940s, the happy round figure we all love. The last thing I would like to say, a quote from Santa that I have personally heard many times: Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Thank you, Mr. President. This concludes my report.
Thank you. Safety, Ms. Hauswald.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight I have not only the fire department report, but also the police department report. So for the month of November, the fire department report: fire incidents, structure fires 13, other fires 3, vehicle fires 1, auto accidents 6, hazmat incidents 5, service calls 6, fire alarms 11, CO alarms 1, EMS assists 7, total of 53. Mutual aid given for the fire: Elmwood Place 3, Norwood 5, Reading 1, Springfield Township 1, Deer Park 1, Delhi 1, Green Township 2, North College Hill 2, Miami Township 1, mutual aid received 1 from Norwood. EMS incidents: transports 39, non-transports 34, total 73. Mutual aid given, Elmwood Place 10, Norwood 5, Cincinnati 2. Mutual aid received, 0. All personnel for the fire department has completed their confined space rescue refresher training and toured the BASF site. The fire department also would like to wish a Merry Christmas and safe and Happy New Year to everyone. As far as the police department report, the activities for the month of November for the police department had 504 calls for service, resulting in 367 contacts. There were an additional 386 other services, details that were not necessarily called in by the public. These calls for service included 29 total criminal offenses, resulting in 55 criminal arrests, 28 traffic citations, and 49 traffic warnings. They responded to 21 accidents as well. 3 of those involved injuries. Under their news and notes, with the winter getting a head start, and boy did it, citizens are cautioned to not leave their vehicles unattended while attempting to warm up during the cold weather. Also remember that all last-minute online Christmas gifts can be shipped to the St. Bernard Safety Center, and they can be picked up with proper identification. And the police department also wants to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And on behalf of myself, I want to wish everybody a very safe, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Laws, contracts, and claims, Mr. Schultmeyer.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Marketing, Mr. Culbertson.
No report.
Thank you. Business and Industry, Ms. Rightoff.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Committee of the Whole, Ms. Stegman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Minutes for the last meeting were submitted December 17th, and I have no communications this evening.
At this time, clerk will ask you to please give ordinance number 31, 2025 its first reading.
Ordinance number 31, 2025, amending section 1181.15 of the St. Bernard Codified Ordinances regarding development and maintenance of off-street parking areas.
Members of council, you've heard the first reading of ordinance number 31, 2025. I'll entertain a motion to go regular course.
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultmeyer.
I'll make a motion to allow ordinance number 31, 2025 to go regular course.
I'll second it.
A motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, second by Mr. Culbertson to allow ordinance 31, 2025 go its regular course. Correct? That's the one you said doesn't have the emergency clause in it.
That is correct,
Okay,
Mr. President.
thank you. I was listening. Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, seconded by Mr. Culbertson to take its regular course. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. President,
Ms. Housefeld.
before we do that, there seems to be something going on down there. What?
Right?
Mr. President?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr.
It was
Morton.
my understanding that if we do not pass, if we introduce something in the year 2025 and it doesn't pass within the year 2025, we'll have to start over in 2026 with the first reading again.
You're
So
right.
I think
I
we either
completely
need.
forgot about that being, because we changed it to December. I'm sorry, say again? Wait a
It
minute.
goes off of calendar year
Right,
because it
you're
says
right.
2025 at the top, not
You're right.
council term.
I apologize, that's my fault. I was forgetting this wasn't, that we've changed up and we're not starting on January with the new council. I have, sorry. So
before-
yes, it really does,
So,
it does need to go right, it does need to go by emergency, or we can reintroduce it in January.
Mr. President?
Mr. Morton.
Since you already called the vote, I just want to make sure I'm understanding the order of operations here. If it fails to go regular course, are we able to re-motion to pass an emergency?
I could
Or rescind the
ask for the motion to be withdrawn.
Okay.
We could add it, amend it, and go that route if that's what we're looking for.
I would prefer that route.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're asking for a rescinding of your motion, Mr. Schultmeyer, to go regular course.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to rescind the
All right.
motion to go regular course.
I'll second it.
All right, motion to withdraw the motion to go regular course and So now we have to add it to, do we have to add a whole section 3?
Yes, and I can quickly go do that. If you want to proceed with the other things, I will quickly go and
All right, we will
we just want to,
temporarily postpone the reading of ordinance number 31, and we will move to ordinance 32 then.
Valerie, just to clarify, do you want me to read ordinance 32 as emergency and
yes,
33 as emergency?
32 and 33 as emergency. They already have section 3, which has the emergency language. What it didn't have, it was in the caption. And I do apologize. Thank you for catching that, Mr. Morton and Ms. Brickwig. I was just used to years and years when we started this in January, so thank you.
All right, clerk, will you please give the first reading of ordinance number 32, 2025?
Ordinance number 32, 2025, approving the rezoning of certain property, amending the building zone map and declaring an emergency.
Members of council, you've heard the first reading of ordinance number 32, 2025. What is your pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schulmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 32, 2025.
Seconded.
Motion by Mr. Schulmeyer, second by Mr. Morton to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance 32, 2025. Are there any remarks? If not, is there anyone in the audience wishing to address council on ordinance 32? If not, clerk, will you please call the roll on suspension?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld? Aye. Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Rytoff?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Members of council, what is your pleasure on adoption?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schulmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 32, 2025.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Schulmeyer, second by Mr. Edwards to adopt ordinance number 32, 2025. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Rytoff?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Ordinance number 32, 2025 is adopted as read. Clerk, will you please give the first reading of ordinance number 33, 2025?
Ordinance number 33, 2025, approving the rezoning of certain property, amending the building zone map, and declaring an emergency.
Members of council, you've heard the first reading of ordinance number 33, 2025. What is your pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schulmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 33, 2025.
Seconded.
Motion by Mr. Schulmeyer, second by Mr. Morton to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 33, 2025. Are there any remarks? Not, is there anyone in the audience wishing to address council on ordinance 33? Not, clerk, will you please call the roll on suspension?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Rytoff?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Members of council, what is your pleasure on adoption?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schulmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 33, 2025.
I'll second that, Mr. President.
Motion by Mr. Schulmeyer, seconded by Ms. Hausfeld to adopt ordinance number 33, 2025. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Rytoff?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Ordinance number 33, 2025 is adopted as read. Clerk, will you please give the first reading of ordinance number 34, 2025?
Ordinance number 34, 2025, authorizing and directing the auditor to provide additional appropriations and decrease appropriations and declaring an emergency.
Members of council, you've heard the first reading of ordinance number 34, 2025. What is your pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schulmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 34, 2025.
Seconded.
Motion by Mr. Schulmeyer, seconded by Mr. Morton to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance 34, 2025. Are there any remarks? If not, is there anyone in the audience wishing to address council on ordinance 34? If not, clerk, will you please call the roll on suspension?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Rytoff?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Members of council, what is your pleasure on adoption?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 34, 2025.
I'll second that, Mr. President.
Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, seconded by Ms. Housefeld to adopt ordinance number 34, 2025. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Housefeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schultmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Wrightop?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays. Motion carries. Ordinance number 34, 2025 is adopted as read. Clerk, will you please give ordinance number 35 its first reading?
Ordinance number 35, 2025, an ordinance to make appropriations for expenses and other expenditures of the Village of St. Bernard, State of Ohio during the fiscal year 2026 and establishing new line items and declaring an emergency.
Members of council, you've heard the first reading of ordinance number 35, 2025. What is your pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultmeyer.
I'll make a motion to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 35, 2025.
Seconded.
Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, second by Mr. Morton to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 35, 2025. Are there any remarks? Not, is there anyone in the audience wishing to address council on ordinance number 35? Not, clerk, will you please call the roll on suspension?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Housefeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schultmeyer? Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Wrightop?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Members of council, what is your pleasure on adoption?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultmeyer.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 35, 2025.
I'll second that, Mr. President.
Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, second by Ms. Housefeld to adopt ordinance number 35, 2025. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Housefeld?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson? Sorry,
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Schultmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Wrightop?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Ordinance number 35, 2025 is adopted as read. This time we'll take a little brief delay and wait for the Director of Law to come back with ordinance 31. All right, we now have the corrected version of ordinance number 31, 2025. Clerk, will you please give the ordinance 31 its first reading?
Ordinance number 31, 2025, amending section 1181.15 of the St. Bernard Codified Ordinances regarding development and maintenance of off-street parking areas and declaring an emergency.
Members of council, you've heard the first reading of ordinance number 31, 2025. What is your pleasure?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultz.
I'll make a motion to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance number 31, 2025.
Seconded.
Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, seconded by Mr. Morton, to suspend with the second and third reading of ordinance 31, 2025. Are there any remarks? If not, is there anyone in the audience wishing to address council on ordinance 31? Not, clerk, will you please call the roll on suspension?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schuldmeyer? Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Wrighthouse.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Members of council, what is your pleasure on adoption?
Mr. President,
Mr. Schultmeyer.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 31, 2025.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Schultmeyer, seconded by Mr. Culbertson, to adopt ordinance number 31, 2025. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Morton?
Aye.
Mr. Stuchel?
Aye.
Mr. Edwards?
Aye.
Ms. Hausfeld?
Aye.
Mr. Schuldmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Culbertson?
Aye.
And Ms. Wrighthouse.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Ordinance number 31, 2025 is adopted as read. At this time, does anyone in council have anything under old business? Not, does anyone in council have anything under new business?
Yes, Mr. President.
Ms. Housefeld.
I just, I've already voiced my opinion when I was a part of the committee, and I'm just going to publicly voice my opinion again. I am really disappointed and upset with the committee that is making a new policy and pricing on renting out the halls. I'm not saying that there should not be something. I'm just saying, I'm looking out for people that can't afford, and I don't think a few bad apples should dictate to us that we have to make things more costly. Just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm old school, not sure, but born and raised here, that was always one of those little added bonuses or perks or whatever for all residents. And now that they're going to be charging, and I didn't even jot down the numbers, but now that they're going to be charging more money to rent the halls, a deposit on top of that, and insurance on top of that, maybe I should be talking as a citizen versus a council member, but I'm talking as both up here right now, because as a citizen, I don't appreciate it. I don't think it's fair to people that don't have the means to pay that kind of money, because it was always as an added bonus. And the few bad apples, and I know there were bad apples, I don't think it's fair that those bad apples are the ones that are dictating this now. It's just my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else under new business? Not, is there anyone in the audience wishing to address council this evening? Please state your name and address for the record.
Tom Cunningham, 702 East Ross. I want to start by saying thank you to the Service Department for the excellent job that was done on the recent snowfall. I also saw the new snow plow out front. That looks nice. Let's hope you don't get much use out of it. I read an article in the Enquirer on December 4th. Cincinnati ordinance requires homeowners to clear snow. Cincinnati residents digging themselves out of this month's snowfall might be wondering who's responsible for clearing the sidewalk near their home. Here's what Cincinnati ordinances say about residents' obligation to remove snow and ice from sidewalks after winter weather. Homeowners and tenants are responsible for keeping sidewalks free of snow and ice. A city ordinance on the books since 1972 requires property owners and tenants to remove snow from sidewalks within the first daylight hours after snow stops falling. The snow cannot be removed from sidewalks into gutters according to the ordinance. Another ordinance Also requires owners and tenants to make icy sidewalks safe for pedestrians by either removing the ice or treating the sidewalk with a substance such as sand. Can I be fined for not clearing the sidewalk? Yes, you can be fined, but you probably will not be. In Cincinnati, failure to comply with either city ordinance requiring snow to be removed from sidewalks and icy sidewalks to be made safe is punishable by a fine of no more than $25. However, the city has previously said it is not issuing citations for violations. Its city spokesperson told the Enquirer there are no records pertaining to penalties for violating the ordinances, as no citations have been issued. Now, after all that, is my question. What is St. Bernard's rules and regulations about clearing snow and ice from sidewalks near your home?
Mr. President,
Mr. Morton.
I have the codified ordinances pulled up. It's 521.06, duty to keep sidewalks in repair and clean. It says, under section B, it shall be the duty of the owner of each and every parcel of real estate in the village abutting upon any sidewalk to keep the sidewalk abutting his premises free and clear of snow and ice, and to remove all snow and ice accumulated thereon within a responsible time, which will ordinarily not exceed 12 hours after the abatement, of any storm during which the snow and ice may have accumulated. Whoever violates this section is guilty of a misdemeanor of the 4th degree. So after reading this, it sounds pretty similar to the ordinances that you cited from Cincinnati, other than, I don't think we were mentioning anything in here about, it says 12 hours after the abatement of any storm, rather than a day.
Okay, and we don't have to worry about somebody knocking on the front door getting after you because you didn't follow the ordinance.
I'm unaware of how much we're enforcing this. I would guess that you don't have to be concerned about it.
Okay. I know Mike and the police department are plenty busy. They don't need that added to their list of duties to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address council? All right. If not, the next committee of the whole will be Thursday, January 8th at 7 p.m. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President,
Mr. Morton.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Morton, seconded by Mr. Stuchel to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.